Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is an actress, philanthropist, and NAACP award winner. And she is best known for her role in the Steve Harvey Show as the sassy secretary, Lady Charmaine Jenkins Robinson. And she's here today to talk about the TV movie airing on the Up Network entitled Where is the Love, airing Saturday at 7 p.m. Help me welcome Miss Terri J. Vaughn to the show. How you doing, Terri?
Hey, I am great. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And I wanted to know, how does it feel to know that everyone remembers your character that you made so memorable, Lady Charmaine Jenkins Robinson? They're going to remember you until you're 80 years old. How do you like that?
I know, which is just fine with me because Levita was very fun and lovable. So I understand her being in the hearts of America.
I mean, it is. And even the way you said Cedric's name, my sister says Ceddy. You are always going to be known for that character. And I'm so glad you made her good and lively, and hopefully we could see her relived one day.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. I think we should do a movie or something, a remake.
You should. I mean, I do believe you should. And also with Boss Lady, too. Everybody should come back.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Now, I read that you were raised in San Francisco, because I'm a Bay Area native myself, and so is my husband, and had no idea.
Born and raised in Hunters Point in San Francisco.
Wow, my husband lived in lived in Alamany Projects, and he also Bernal Heights. So I'm like, okay, and you guys graduated the same year, so I said maybe I might have ran past each other in San Francisco.
We probably did. So, yes, I am definitely a Bay Area girl.
And so that answered my question for me, because I wanted to ask you, why do you do your Take Wings Foundation in San Francisco? Then when I read that that's where you were from, I said, now that makes sense, because that was one of my questions for you today. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Growing up in Hunters Point as a teenager, it was a lot of drug-infested neighborhoods, a lot of things for I lost a lot of friends when I was a teenager to drug and gang violence, and I just always wanted to do something for young girls that were growing up in the same situation that I grew up in, just to help them make the right decisions, because it's just the decisions at those age can really alter the path of your life. And I'm just very, very grateful to be from where I'm from, but I'm grateful, to have had the journey of going on to college and having a career in the entertainment business.
Amen. And before we get into the movie, I wanted to know, how did you go from Hunters Point to being an actress in Hollywood?
Well, I went to college at Cal State Hayward.
Okay.
And one of my friends, the guy that was in school with us, he asked some of us if we wanted to participate in a Miss Black California pageant. And, at the time, me and some of my friends, we just did it for fun, not really thinking anything of it. But one of the judges of the pageant was a producer of a play, Mark Wilder, who was prepping for a play that was getting ready to tour the country. And it was David Talbert's first play, Telling It Like It Is. And he asked me would I be interested in auditioning for this play. And I had no idea about acting. I had never thought about acting as a career. I was actually going to school for advertising. But I did. I went ahead and showed up at this audition at the Black Repertory Theater in Berkeley. And the director was there, gave me some material to read, and, I read it. I always did good in school, so I was able to read. That was the problem. That's why I always tell people, get your education, because it comes in handy no matter what you do.
Amen.
So he gave me some notes and said, this girl is sassy, so can you read it again? And this time read it like real sassy. And I told you I grew up at Hunters Point, so sassy was nothing but a thing to me. That was how I was anyway. I used to get in trouble all the time for being too sassy. And so I read it sassy, and they called me that night and gave me a toured the country on and off for 2 years with that play. Got bit by the bug. Thank God. That director, Paul Roach, he traveled with us with that play, and he introduced us to the technique of acting and introduced me to all the greats, and Stanislavski and Uta Hagen, and I just got bit by the bug while I was on the road. And I just started studying it and moved to L.A. after the tour went down.
So was your first television role the Steve Harvey Show?
No. My first role was, I want to say, on Living Single. I had one little word to say, probably, "No, get away from me." That was my only line, something like that. And I did several little things like that for a few years, doing guest spots here. Then I did a guest spot on Family Matters, which turned into a reoccurring role. And then finally that audition for Steve Harvey came up, and I just really connected with the material right away. I just thought she was fun. She was lively. She reminded me of the girls that I grew up with. So I just kind of stole, like, the voice and the attitude of some of my friends that I grew up with at the Hunters Point and created this character, Levita, and the rest is history.
Yes, it is, Levita. Wonderful. Now, I want to talk about your new television movie, Where is the Love? It's going to be airing on Saturday at 7 p.m. on the UPtv network. So tell us about the movie, and also, who do you play?
I play, my name is Kai in the movie, and I play the sister of one of the lead characters, the sister of Lamont Rucker. Mm. And Lamont and Denise, they play a married couple who are therapists, and they have a television series. So they're celebrity therapists. They give advice on television to their clients, and no one knows that their marriage is actually falling apart. And I'm just devastated when I realize that their marriage is falling apart, because I just idolize my brother and the advice that he gives. And in the movie, I'm married to Big Tigger, who plays my husband. And I'm always telling him, "Oh, we should take this advice," or my brother says this in the book, and he's always telling me, "But we don't need therapy. Why are you reading that book?" So it's just we're the kind of comic relief in the movie. So she's really fun. She's an attorney, and she ends up having to help her brother through a possible divorce and trying to get his marriage together or divorce, and trying to save his career as a doctor because his reputation is going down the line now. And so I'm trying to save my brother from just falling apart all over the place. It's really fun. And, I'm grateful because my production company, Nina Holiday Entertainment, we help produce the film. My producing partner wrote the film. So we sold this project to UPtv about a year and a half ago. So we're really excited that they're finally making it. So we produced it in conjunction with Swirl Films, who is the production company on it as well. And we've done several projects with Swirl and with UPtv. Just really grateful that, to have the opportunity to be behind the camera as a producer, too, and creating products for us, for my friends, giving people opportunity to work. Right. And so that's a blessing.
Because I wanted to talk to you about that, because you were on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Sheree was auditioning. I'm not sure if it was for a play, but you were like one of the casting directors. And I wanted to ask you, do you have a production company? Are you still doing plays? So that is what you do.
Yeah, I do. I produce. I actually teach. I have an acting school out here, and I teach acting. And actually, in that scene, Angela Barrows, who actually was the writer of that project, she asked me if I would help to, go through some of the talent, because she knew that I was teaching people here in Atlanta to help do that. And so it turned out much different than I thought it was going to. Not to say the least. So I got my wake-up call in reality TV and vowed to never do it again.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes when people do it, they don't know if they want to do reality television again. So obviously it's not really reality, because if it was real, you'd be like, oh, yeah, this is what really happened. But I hear that quite
exactly.
a bit.
It's so not what really happened. It's so not. And I didn't realize how it was going to air. It was so funny, because I remember I had ran into Nene before it aired, and she kept going on and on about how you let Sheree have it, and I'm so happy you did. And I was like, huh? Because it really wasn't like that. We were there for about an hour, and I was like coaching her through, just really as an acting coach. And, you know, we hugged and we talked about some things, and none of that stuff made it on air. So that was my taste of, oh, okay, this is what they do in reality TV. And so trust me, I've gotten several calls to do many reality shows because they do a lot of them here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn them down all the time. I'm like, no, that's not my thing. I'm an actress. I'm not a reality TV star.
Well, you let Nene tell it. She an actress too. So she'll say the same thing.
Right. Well, actually she is. They hiring her to act. So
I know.
She's an actress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let her tell it too. And so I wanted to know, is any other new projects you're working on that we could talk about so everybody can know and make sure they look out for them? Because you do plays and everything that I see on television. So anything else we could see that you have coming up in the future?
Actually, I have a couple of projects in the works. Again, like I said, through my company, Nina Holiday Entertainment. We are shooting a film in conjunction with Bobcat Films. In the next month, we're going to Trinidad to shoot a girl comedy. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also working on a project with Bruce, the comedian. We're working on a half-hour sitcom.
Wow. So you are pretty busy. That is wonderful.
Busy.
Isn't it amazing how God can lead our paths and how you wasn't even thinking about acting and all of a sudden you get asked to be in a play, you get bit by the bug, now you're teaching acting and now you have a production company. And by the way, who's Nina Holiday? Is that a particular person or you just came up with the name?
No, when me and my producing partner came together, I'm a huge Billie Holiday fan. She's a huge Nina Simone fan, and we kind of just named our company after those two women.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, I want to remind the audience to make sure that you tune in on Saturday at 7 p.m. to the Up Network for the premiere of Where is the Love, starring Lavita Alizé Jenkins. No, just kidding. Starring my girl Terri J. Vaughn and also Lamont Rucker. Make sure you tune in. David Banner is going to be on the show, too. You don't want to miss this show. Make sure, like David said on yesterday, make sure you TiVo it, DVR it, whatever you have to do to get it the ratings to make sure we keep great movies coming to television. And again, thank you so much, Terri, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. And yes, David is right. We have these films, so they will keep making them. As you see, we don't have a lot of opportunity on TV to make quality products. So please, please, please support the movie. Watch it Saturday night. We're going to do a live tweet. The whole cast will be tweeting during the film while it's airing. So that would be fun. Hashtag is Where's the Love? And we'll all be on there. Me, David Banner, Big Tigger, Candy Burris is in it, Trina Braxton, Angie Stone, Tommy Ford, Lamont Rucker, Denise Boutte, Shirley Strawberry. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I look forward to watching on a Saturday night. And again, thank you so much for joining me on the show, and I look forward to having you back.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
You too. Bye-bye.